What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video. This is the Monday Night Football Showdown. We've got one game instead of two like the past couple of weeks. We've got the Seattle Seahawks headed to New York to play Daniel Jones and the Giants. Anemic offense, let's put it that way. Very excited. We're going to go over a lot of things. If you have questions, let us know. We absolutely killed it in the showdown yesterday. I used strictly our cheat sheet notes, and we just had a really good time. So I wanted to show you in the now let me know what this would have done. I don't want to know about the millionaire one, but this is the 50 cent, the mini max. We took first place down. We tied with three other people, so won $448 total. Got first place, split first place, $283.34. Captain with Pacheco. Mahomes was cold. Garrett Wilson, Zach Wilson, Lazard, and Conklin. So hit the perfect Chiefs plays there, and then kind of thought the game, to be honest, I thought the game would be a lot different. I thought the Jets would be a lot further behind, so the Wilson, the Lazard, the Conklin, the other Wilson would, get those points because they were playing from behind, but it worked out the same way. So loved it. We got first place and fourth place. So we know what we're doing, and a lot of people have loved what we've been doing. So I just kind of wanted to show you this is what we bring to the table. On top of this, sports betting didn't go so well this week. We had a lot. Javonte in our lineups had a lot of Javonte Williams. Of course, he left hurt. We got a lot of people leave hurt. But that's DFS in a nutshell. So wanted to bring that to your attention. Also wanted to tell you about our sponsor, Parlay Play. We've talked about this in the past 2 or 3 other videos, but we are partnering up with Parlay Play. So they are a new up-and-coming DFS type site. They specialize in parlays. They specialize in picks, props. We've got those. That information that we give you in these videos, the overall videos throughout the week, could help you out. And this is what I want to do for you. So if anyone signs up, the links will be in the description of this video. It's both on iOS and Android store. If you sign up, you automatically just get a $5 free game right there. But on top of that, anyone who signs up and deposits at least $10, they're going to match you $10, and you show proof that you signed up using our promo code FTAsports, we're going to give you a free week of DFS content. That's a free week until next Monday if you do it this week. Or today, actually. Anyone who signs up using FTA Sports as the code and you deposit $100, not only are they going to match you $100, so you have $200 to play with, but show us proof, and we're going to give you a free year of Fantasy Team Advisors FTA Plus. So, wanted to bring that to your attention. Have a fantastic time on Parlay Play. Sign up, use our code, get some free money and an entire subscription to our website. So that being said, we are looking at the showdown. We are looking at the plays that we can use. So I want to break down first the plays on each side. So make sure you can see. Okay, so we're looking on the Seattle side. They're expected to win. Whether or not, I don't know if, it's been a little wonky. Hopefully we do have offense. Some Monday night games we've had, not much offense. It's been kind of kicker friendly, whatever. But we are looking into this. So just looking at this, Geno Smith, I don't want to say last year was a flash in the pan, but, not the best. He's not followed up with the best, but I still love him in this matchup against the Giants. So overall, 5,800 on DraftKings if you're doing the all-day slate or the all-week slate. But if you look at this, Geno Smith here, he's 15,000 as captain, and then he's 10,000 as a flex option. So just kind of looking at this, these numbers are for if you were playing like Sunday, Monday, or Thursday through Sunday, Thursday through Monday, stuff like that. So kind of just looking at this, he is rushing 10% on the season. Last week he did 12%. DK, DVP, the Giants ranked 12th over 32 against the opposing quarterback. So, but he could still run. So he is those DVPs are good against like pocket passers, but against mobile quarterbacks, you kind of got to take it with a grain of salt there. You got Kenneth Walker that I would trust. You got Charbonnet. You got DJ Dallas. probably DJ Dallas would be one of those dart throws if, Walker and Charbonnet both get hurt, or Dallas, for whatever reason, gets goal line work and then he vultures a couple of touchdowns. Then he's very cheap. If you look at DJ Dallas, yeah, he's 300. He would be one of those dart plays. But again, like if you just look at his usage, nothing. I mean, in these games where, what is that? What is that picture? I just noticed that picture. What are you doing? Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. 2 attempts last week, 1 attempt week 2, 2 attempts in week 1. So he's not getting much there. He's very cheap. You wouldn't use him. It would, if he is scoring more points than you need, catastrophe has stricken and something bad happened. So I would probably stay out of DJ Dallas's way. I wouldn't put him in there. You got Tyler Lockett, you got DK Metcalf. You know what you're going to get out of them. You got Jackson Smith down here coming in, game logs. He's not doing much either. He had 3 targets in week 3. He did have 6 targets with 5 catches in week 2 against that Detroit comeback. No touchdowns on the year, 57 total yards. Again, would be a dart play, as I would not use him as a captain. It would be a dart play for flex, and you look at him, he's 5,000 for flex. So he's able to help you out salary relief wise. Then you got Jake Bobo. You got 200 in flex. You got 300 there. Game logs. He does have 1 touchdown. He would be that really like something happened. They throw him out there for. Obviously, you would not be using him for captain or MVP, whichever site you're on. But 300, yeah, I'm okay with 300. He would be one of those dart plays. He is actually getting a couple of targets. But again, this would be, broken coverage or something like that. But I don't, at 300, he allows you pretty much free reign. If you get one of those and it's a good dart play and at his price and he's actually been utilized a little bit, I'm okay with that. But then you look at that, he's played 30% of the snaps on the season. He did play 41% last week, which was more than DJ Dallas, which was almost as much as Charbonnet. And he was targeted 5% last week. So he is getting some targets there. And then you got Cody Thompson. I'm sure he's the same price. He's not even on here. Okay, so he's not even on here. You got Noah Fant coming in. He is questionable. The big one is Saquon Barkley. He is doubtful. I don't know. So Noah Fant coming in. He does get the targets here. Doesn't have a touchdown. Has 97 yards. If he's in, I don't mind him at 5,400. He would, or at flex 3,600. I wouldn't use him in captain at all. So that's kind of my thought in this one. And then we look at, you got Colby Parkinson or Will Dissly. So if we just go look at Parkinson, he's 800. He would be another cheap option. Obviously, he would be bumped up if, in fact, Fant is out for whatever reason. Game logs, 87 yards. He had 4 targets there, 3 and 2. So he is getting targeted. So if you look at those targets, that kind of equals out to he played 70% of snaps last week. He was targeted 11% of the time last week. And the Giants' DVP against tight ends, they're not that good. So he would be one. So if Fant is out, that allows us some options here. I think a lot of people will be on Dissly. We're kind of a couple years removed for him being serviceable, getting touchdowns with Russell Wilson. We see he is questionable as well. Kind of wait to see when this comes out. But yeah, he's not getting targeted. Only weeks 1 and 2, nothing last week. Knee injury obviously is a reason to be concerned with someone. At 400, he is cheaper. He is getting some points. But yeah, if I'm using a backup tight end, I would rather use Parkinson if Fant is in fact out. So the ones in the Seattle offense that even make sense would be Geno, Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, Lockett, Metcalf, Jackson a little bit. Jake Bobo at his price, I do like him. And then Fant and Parkinson would be the ones I look at on the Seattle side. Then we move over to the Giants to kind of see if any makes sense. Daniel Jones, it's expected that they are playing from behind. So if we do look at Daniel Jones here, captain spot, he is 14.4, but he is cheaper then Walker and Geno. Barkley, again, he's doubtful. I don't think he'll play. Yeah, I don't think he'll play. Let's hope he doesn't, just for the fact of if he does, it screws a lot of plans up. He could get re-injured. I think they hold off, and then he plays next week, which just makes sense, given just the whole he is their offense, basically, and they need him back and healthy for the rest of the year. So, looking at that, Daniel Jones would come in here. Don't know if at the price I'm okay with. I think he'll be under-owned. But you can see, against San Francisco, he didn't do anything last week. He had 32 attempts. He completed 22 of 32, 137 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, only 4.98 fantasy points. Week 2, obviously, everyone knows about that comeback against Arizona, 34.74. So he has the track record that he can throw the ball, he can run the ball. With Barkley out, that would bring us to Breida and Brightwell. Breida would be 9,600 game log wise. He's okay at a touchdown last week. Only 17 yards. Only 18 total yards from Breida. Again, it is San Francisco, but he did get a touchdown. 10.8. Okay. But at 9,600, I don't know if I trust him enough. And then that brings us to Brightwell. Now, I believe he's like 200. No, he's not. 4,800 as a flex. He would not be an option for a captain or MVP spot. Really hasn't done much either. So I'm off of the Brightwell train if anyone is even on that train. So Barkley's probably out. Brightwell is out. Breida I'm okay with, but I don't love. He hasn't been doing a ton. Eric Gray, just looking at, he's 1,400. He's not doing anything either. He's played all 3 weeks, but he's been active all 3 weeks. You can kind of see, did not see the field at all last week. But then you can see that Seattle, they're not very good against the run. So is that a Breida week? I don't know. We'll kind of see there. Then we get to the wide receivers. As you can see, they have so many wide receivers, and like Hyatt and Sterling Shepard used to be like their wide receiver 1 not that long ago, and didn't get targeted last week at all. Played only 4% of the snaps as well. So probably off of Shepard. Hyatt is that one where I kind of like him, but he didn't see any targets last week. Then you got Wan'Dale Robinson, who's been up and down. Is he healthy? Is he not healthy? He did play last week. 4 or 5 targets, 21 yards. That was it. Again, that is a very bad matchup for him because San Francisco is a very good defensive team. 3,000 I'm okay with just because you can see Seattle not that good. They are dead last. So you throw Wan'Dale in there. I'm okay with that. I'm not saying this is a lineup that I would build. I'm just showing you what you could offer there. So if you want to go Kenneth Walker because you think he's going to get another 2-touchdown game, I'm completely okay with that. He has back-to-back 2-touchdown games. So I could see that working out. And then flex, that does leave an average of 10,200. So you could go a Daniel Jones, you could go a Metcalf, and then you can still go 12,000. So you could go Geno there. So Geno throwing to Metcalf, Daniel Jones throwing to Wan'Dale. Then you got, this is a weird lineup. I wouldn't say I'm using it, but it's one that you could build through. You got Paris Campbell, Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton. So if you just look at Darius Slayton, we look at him, game logs, he's getting the targets. He's just not, I'm okay with that, but again, he hasn't had double digits. You got Hodgins here, game log wise. Week 2 against Arizona in that comeback had 40 yards and a touchdown. 14, so which was perfect. But outside of that, hasn't really done much here. It just, the other things are the defenses and the kickers. I would look at Waller, and that would probably be it too. So Darren Waller makes a ton of sense. Then you got the kickers. The kickers are always through here. They're always getting fantasy points here. 5 of 5, 100% made, 43. Had extra points made, attempted and made 18 points out of Myers. Then you got Graham Gano, who's usually, good to go. Did miss 2 in week 1, but he made all of his field goals his last 2 weeks. He hasn't hit double digits here, though. But you can see that would be an option for you with kickers. And then defenses. So there's always going to be those one-off lineups where the defenses actually make sense. for captain. I don't think I really feel a defense as a captain this week. If I were to pick one, it would be the Seahawks defense. But yeah, they didn't do much there. Against Detroit, they did pretty good. And that's basically it. So for flex options, both of the defenses, both of the kickers, I'm completely okay with. If you want to throw in a lineup like this, yeah, you could throw in a lineup like this. Or, depending. So you got Parkinson, which I said was 800 that you could look at. Instead of Wandale, you could put Parkinson there, and that leaves 4,400. I just feel like you want to leave some salary on the table today. I don't think you need to use the full salary. Again, I don't love this Monday Night Football game. There's not a ton to love about it, but I wanted to bring this information to you. And then and people have been asking in the past, but what other to be honest, usually when I have our cheat sheet out with the showdowns, we have the captains. There's like 6 or 7 captains, and then there's a ton of one-off punt type plays in flex. There isn't tonight. It's not the best. I honestly, one of my favorite, Parkinson might be one of my favorite value plays at 800. Again, him and Bobo. Or you could find that. You got 4,600. Do you want to play the Seahawks defense? Something like that. Just kind of mix and match and build out those lineups. That's kind of my thought here. But yeah, so that's kind of just the Monday Night Breakdown. There's not a ton to like about this game. Not as much as there was to like about Sunday Night Football game. But I wanted to bring this out to you guys. If you had questions, get them down below. Be on the lookout this week. We're going to have our DraftKings first look video coming out soon. So that'll just be, we're on our first week of bye weeks. So you are kind of looking at, your season long, who you're going to pick up, waiver wires type stuff like that. And then we've got our bye weeks where you got some big names out right now. Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert, both are going to be out. So the Chargers have a bye. We're going to cover all of that. So we're going to cover our first week of not so many teams. We've got a bye week coming up. We have another London game. Somehow Jacksonville got to stay in London and play a second game, which are they going to be better because, and they're playing the Bills, but are they going to be more refreshed because they're not traveling this week? They're probably staying there. They're getting accustomed to the time difference right now, where Buffalo had to travel there. They haven't been. I mean, I'm assuming by the time the game kicks off on Sunday morning, Jacksonville's probably been there since last Tuesday. So like 10, 11 days there to get adjusted to the time. Will that mean the defense plays better? Will that mean that their offense will stay up and keep going towards a little bit better than the Bills? I don't know. That's just my mind process where you guys might not be thinking about that. That's just looking ahead. So this week's content will be this breakdown here. We'll have the first look on DraftKings. We'll have our rankings, articles, and videos out probably Thursday. Usually they come out Wednesday, but actually I have to travel about an hour and a half to my full-time job office for the day, so I will not be around the computer to answer any questions or anything like that. We'll have MLB content back. Postseason starts now, Tuesday, so we'll have that video, we'll have that article out probably, and depending on when you watch this video, it might already be out. Definitely check the channel. So that's what I've got in this video. If you have any questions, let us know. Not my favorite showdown slate. I'll let you know that. I would play light today if I were you. So that being said, that's what I've got. Good luck on Monday Night Football. Let's bring up some bacon today. Peace.